السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيفكم؟ كيف أموركم؟ إن شاء الله بخير. رمضان كريم وينعاد علينا وياكم بالصحة والعافية. علشان حلقة اليوم حبيت أعملها مختلفة، وكمان الشخصية اللي راح نستضيفها معانا اليوم شخصية مميزة، لهيك حبيت أحكي بالعربي. مثل ما تعرفون الحلقات اللي فاتت كلها كانت إنجليش في إنجليش، فحسيت إنكم مظلومين شوي، لهيك راح أترجم كل إشي لحتى تكونوا معانا بكل لحظة. بهاي المقابلة ما راح أطلع على الكاميرا، نعم، ولحتى نعمل هاي المقابلة لازم أسافر، لهيك قررت أسافر. طبعا مو بالطيارة، طرق السفر كثيرة. المهم جهزت الأغراض اللي تلزمني وجهزت حالي للسفر، لكن سافرت من دون ما أتحرك من مكاني. نعم صحيح، بصراحة هذا الكرسي شوي مريح. المهم منظر كوكب الأرض من فوق حلو بصراحة، وتمنيتكم معاي. المرة اللي تيجي إن شاء الله راح أخذكم معاي. وهلا راح أحكي شوي عن ضيفتنا لليوم بهذا البرنامج. هي حدا مميز ولطيف وبتحب المساعدة، وبتحب نناديها باسم نينا. نينا من مواليد المملكة السعودية، وبعد 17 عام رجعت لأرض الوطن. صديقتنا نينا بتحكي أكثر من لغة، لغة الأم واللغة العربية والانكليزية واللغة التركية. بتدرس في قسم الصحة العامة، اللي كلنا نعرف إنه يهدف إلى مساعدة الناس، واللي يعتبر من أسمى الفروع اللي يستاهل الدراسة، لأن الاهتمام بالآخرين صار شيء نادر. لهيك هذا القسم يحتاج أنه تقضي فيه وقت لحتى تقدر تساعد الآخرين. مساعدة الناس شيء يفرح، وبالأخص لما نشوف على وجوههم تعابير الشكر. لهيك الهدف من هذا البرنامج كمان أنه نوصل رسالة ولو بسيطة لحتى تكمل تعليمك، ونحاول نساعدك بكم نقطة معينة. صديقتنا نينا مو باقي لها شيء وتتخرج، نتمنى لها كل الخير والتوفيق، ولكل مشاهدينا ومستمعين الكرام. طبعا هذا الفيديو ما راح يوقف هون، أكيد لا. نينا راح تاخذنا جولة قصيرة وتعرفنا على عاداتهم وتقاليدهم، ونعرف اشياء جديدة عن بلدها، بالإضافة إلى موضوعنا الأساسي اللي هو كيف نينا تعلمت اللغة الإنجليزية، وإيش هي الأساليب اللي اتبعتها لحتى وصلت لهاي المرحلة باللغة الإنجليزية. وأنا كمان مثلكم متشوق لحتى نبلش هاي الحلقة. ولا تنسى اللايك والسبسكرايب لحتى تعرف قصص أصدقائنا اللي تعلموا اللغة، وإيش هن نصايحهم وكيف وصلوا للمرحلة اللي هم فيها.
When you're learning a language, you need a teacher, definitely, 100%. You're gonna need someone to teach you, because you're not gonna be able to understand everything. You're gonna need help. And I find that my English is not enough to discuss that already.
How many languages do you speak?
Well, I speak 3 fluently in Turkish. My mom, she always support me with anything I'm doing.
على فكرة كيف لهجتي السعودية؟
لا ما شاء الله، خطير.
الله يسلمك. الله يسلمك. So let's count together and we can start then.
Okay.
3, 2,
1.
Let's go. Welcome Nina. It's really nice to have you here today with us in our podcast Coffee with English.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
I'm so happy to have you here. Yeah. So first of all, I want you to tell me, how do you really feel?
Well, I feel different. This is a new experience for me.
Yeah. So you told me before, that you're gonna be nervous or some kind, like, because this is the first time that you're gonna speak in programs, these kind of programs. So how do you feel? Do you feel still nervous, or
Yeah, of
you just pass
course.
it?
Yeah, of course, I feel nervous.
Okay. So how would you introduce yourself, Nina?
My name is Nina. I'm born and raised in Saudi Arabia, and now I live in Somalia for 5 years. I'm 23 years old. I'm a public health student. And yeah.
So, like learning English becomes something very important these days, and especially nowadays, like just 2 years ago, people started learning English hardly.
Yeah.
And so when we come to speak English, we feel some kind like there's something catching us, or we cannot express ourselves, especially when we feel nervous. So do you feel nervous when you talk or you speak English?
Yeah, of course, I feel nervous. Sometimes I feel nervous because, especially when I'm talking with native speakers, and also when I'm talking about like an important or sensitive topic. Yeah.
So, do you have any idea to pass these kind of feelings, or we just have to fill it with it?
Yeah, I believe that continuing to practice the language can help to relieve this stress, and trying to improve language skills makes a person more confident in himself.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes we feel like we're doing something, it's more easy than talk. Like,
Yeah.
go and do something, it's easier. So, our next question is gonna be like, maybe you have been asked this question for many times, so I'm gonna ask it again. How did you learn English?
Well, first, it was a passion and love. I loved this language. I was curious about it.
Yeah,
I felt a lot of things and one of the things that make me learn this language because I love it. So when you're loving something,
yeah,
you're gonna learn it differently. You're gonna
sure.
learn it. Um, so yeah, at the beginning, I started to talk in English with my English teacher, so I was practicing with her, and that,
At school?
yeah, out of school, yeah.
So, after we get some part of English, now, for example, I don't know how we like rank ourselves in English, and we don't know our level. It's is advanced or something else.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you still need to improve your English, or this level is enough for you?
Well, actually, definitely, I feel like I didn't reach that level, the high level that I'm not
Mm-hmm.
needing anything to learn anymore. I still need to improve my English. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Even me, sometimes when I get into rooms, many rooms like friends that are talking, especially native speakers, when they come
Mhm.
to speak English,
Yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes I don't understand what they are talking
Yeah,
about.
that's
So,
true.
yeah, so they makes us confused. So we really need to improve our English more and more, and
Hmm.
we have to like continue. So,
Yeah.
as a beginner, where should we start? Do you have any idea? Or you can tell your story. Where did you start specifically?
Yeah. Well, I can tell that I started with movies, American movies. I used to watch a lot of American movies, and after
Yeah.
that, like I was reading with subtitles in the beginning in Arabic. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I think movies help you a lot. And also reading, it's an important skill. It's important to read things,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
right.
novels, magazines, newspapers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I can see like many people fall in love with American movies.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
uh, I think for you, American accent become more easier for you, right?
Yeah, I started to watch
So,
American movies when I was a teenager. Yeah.
so you know what? There are some people who really into British
Hmm.
accent. So, what is the difference between British accent and American accent?
I don't know. I think that British accent's so hard for me, and I don't focus to learn this accent. I'm only focusing on
Mm-hmm.
American accent, even if sometimes I mix the two accents.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm also mixing between these two accents, but when I come to like when I'm aware about what I'm talking about, I can use British
Mm-hmm.
accent easily. And I think British accent it's more easier than American accent, because the American accent, as I told in my last episode, you have to use contractions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you use a lot of contractions, you have to be aware that you have to think that you have to prepare for the next word. So if you
Yeah.
forget that word, what is gonna happen?
It's gonna be disaster.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get stuck, and this
Mm-hmm.
is we don't like it as English learners.
Yeah.
So, as you said, first thing that we have to listen a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you start with movies. And then I think after listening for a while, you have to start speaking, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was what I doing when I was, practicing with
Yeah.
my teacher.
So, who was the first one that helped you to improve your English or start talking to him?
Yeah, as I told you, it is my English teacher. Yeah, she helped me a lot with that.
So, we're gonna go away from our subject, or we're just gonna kind of like talk about food. Do you like
Okay.
food?
Of course, who does it?
So, what did you have at after this
Mm.
evening?
Pizza and sambusa.
Well, that was delicious. Good health too.
Yeah.
So I saw that I was watching some episode. They were like vlogs about food in Somaliland. So
Mhm.
I saw this kind like flour, and they mix it with sugar, and they put it on fire, and it become like
You
a
mean
bread.
anjero? Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
anjero.
I think, yeah. I didn't try it, but I
It's
really would like to
um
try it once. So how did it
yeah.
made?
Yeah, you should try it. It's tasty. It is traditional food,
Yeah, they eat it in the morning,
Yeah, for
and
breakfast.
every morning, every single morning
Mhm.
they have it for breakfast. Especially with this tea, the tea
Yeah.
that they made with the milk,
Yeah.
and I think it's really
It
delicious,
is, it is, it
and
is. Yeah, you should try Somali tea. It
uh,
is one of the best.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here in my area we don't have camels actually, because the milk
Mm-hmm.
they get it from the camels, so we don't
Yeah.
have camels. So I
Uh,
have to move to another city to get some milk to add it to that tea. So it's
yeah.
okay. I will find out.
Yeah, definitely.
I
You can
will
find
I will
out.
try it. Okay.
Mm.
I have tried tea with milk, but not camel milk. And also in your country, I heard like they have a lot of camels, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, do you have camels or not?
Yeah, that's true. We have camels. And we have different animals.
Yeah. So, you personally, you don't have camels?
No. You mean as
You
like
didn't
a
try to
cat or
get
a dog? No way. I don't have a camel.
no, like having a garden, your special garden, and
No, no, not at all. Camel huge. And what I'm gonna do with camel?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe you can ride it.
No
I really
way.
would like to
So
try it.
scared.
I really would
No.
like to try it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Come on, they are lovely animals.
Yeah.
So, do you have special courses while you learn in English? Like many people or many English learners, when they come to start learning English, first of all, they try to learn without a teacher, without
Mhm.
like by themselves. So,
Yeah.
what is the difference between taking courses, special courses, or learning by themselves?
Well, I see that learning when you're learning a language, you need a teacher, definitely, 100%. You're gonna need someone to teach you, because you're not gonna be able to understand everything. You're gonna need help, like vocabulary. You have to you need someone to teach you vocabulary, grammar. You're gonna need a lot of help. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I believe that learning with teacher, it's gonna be the best option.
Yeah. So, even with paying money and taking special courses, there are some students, they say that they didn't get any benefit from studying English with courses. So, what's wrong?
I don't know. I think there is something wrong. Like the method they're using, maybe. I don't know. Well, actually, to talk about myself, when I first time when I came to Somalia, I went to college, and that
Yeah.
college, was an English
Mm-hmm.
college and called Weberi. So,
Yeah.
I took diploma. Yeah, English diploma. And it
Mm-hmm.
was for a year, and it's helped me a lot, like with vocabulary, with grammar. Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, it's very important to have courses because sometimes, we find something in courses that we didn't find while we learn by ourselves. So, do
Mhm.
you like other people to teach them? Do you like to teach them or showing them the ways how to learn English?
Well, when people like ask me for advice, I give them the advice, but I don't teach English because me myself,
Yeah.
I'm not able to be that, I'm not professional or an expert.
No, I think with this level that you have, I think you're able to teach English. So it's just about time, you have to
Hmm.
customize some time for them, and it's really hard, because I saw this before, like
Yeah.
we had like talking like for 2 3 days just to book this interview, and which is
Yeah.
you know we don't have that much time to teach other people, but we hope that from this interview, like making these kind of series of interviews and podcasts, I think it's gonna help them a lot, and gonna show them somehow the ways that
Hmm.
uh, like show them what they need, what they have to do, what they have to do not, and all of these things. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
sometimes when we talk to native speakers,
Mhm.
we feel like we don't understand them, but when they ask us if we understand or not, we just say yes, yes, we understand, I understand. So
Yeah,
how's
we
that feeling?
pretend. Exactly.
Yeah. So have you ever been through this kind of feelings?
Yeah, actually, I remember that I was in a British room. So there was a lady, she was talking, talking. After that, she said, like, she asked me something if I understand. I say yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it
and you
was so
said yes.
embarrassing. When it comes to
Mm-hmm.
British accent, I can't understand any word, like when they talking so fast.
Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
So, this why I don't use British accent with you. So sometimes, also I have my aunt. She's also an English teacher, and
Hmm.
she's really doing well in English. She's studying
Hmm.
English. We
You're
were
so
studying
lucky.
together.
You're so lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have someone. I'm also gonna ask you this question: if you have someone to practice with at home, And sometimes when we talk to each other, like when I want to bother her, I start speaking with British accent, and I'm eating some words and eating these kind of things, and she
Yeah.
start looking at me and she said, "What are you trying to do? Come on, I understand you." But maybe I think
Yeah.
she's not, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this morning I was I was talking to my friend, and he was speaking about someone.
Hmm.
I don't know this guy, but he like keep continuing. He was keeping telling me about this person. I told him I don't know him, and he just keep continuing and talking about him. And I said, yeah, yeah, I understand. Just to
Yeah.
pass these kind of feelings, like we make ourselves that we understand, but in fact we
Yeah.
don't.
To pass
And
the situation.
yeah, to
Yeah.
to pass the situation. So I
Hmm.
don't know why we feel like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to find a solution for this.
Yeah.
So we will come to this question. Do you have anyone to practice with?
Well, actually, in my house, no, I don't have anyone to practice with. I'm a
Yeah.
English and my brother also. So I just
Mm-hmm.
used applications to improve and practice.
Yeah. So what kind of application except Hello Talk? Do you use
Well,
anything,
I
any
don't use
applications?
yeah, I don't use any other applications. Just I use Hello Talk for practicing.
Yeah, I can see. So it's very a beautiful question. How many language do you speak?
Well, I speak three fluently in Turkish.
Well, that's well.
Yeah.
I speak three fluently and
Mm.
some Turkish, so
Yeah.
we're in the same boat.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, this morning I was trying to learn some Somalian, and it
Hmm.
was really somehow confusing. Yeah.
Impressive.
S-
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful accent, especially when you leave to another country
Mm-hmm.
and you start speaking with it and no one understand.
Yeah.
You can use it
Yeah,
as a
yeah, that's
secret
true.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you tell me about some situation that has been funny for you, or funniest moment that you have ever seen or you have ever been through?
Hmm. Um, you asked me about like in talking like out of the English or with English language situation.
Yeah, with English language situation, of course.
Okay. Here
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
Like there was like one day I was in a voice room and actually they was discussing
Mm-hmm.
something. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know the topic. So someone invited me to the stage and they
Mm-hmm.
asked me a couple questions.
Yeah.
And I find that my English is not enough to discuss that topic, you know? That was
Yeah.
so, embarrassing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you do? What did you
I just I just left the room.
really?
Yeah, I did that. It
Yeah.
wasn't funny, but it was something like it
Yeah.
was sad. It wasn't funny at all. I know.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hmm.
So, do you enjoy speaking English
Of
like I do?
course. Yeah, of course
You
I
know,
do.
it's something like no one gonna feel except who can speak English somehow fluently, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's true. Because
Mm,
you're loving this language. You want it to practice. You want to talk in English. And of course you're gonna enjoy.
yeah, of course. So, I have in my mind a lot of questions, but like I forget half of them. I
Never
really
mind.
want
It's
to
okay. It's
discuss a lot of
happening.
things. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what was the
Yeah.
first thing that you have learned in English?
The first thing,
First word or first paragraph
first word,
or whatever.
probably
Mm-hmm.
was how are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
basic
all of
things.
us.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, my questions are done, and I don't know if you have any questions we can talk about.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something.
Okay,
While
go
we are
ahead.
here and audience first listen to us, can you give us like an advice for learning English?
Well, this is a question I had to ask you, so you're gonna answer this question if you don't mind.
All
So,
right.
through your practicing, through your experience, so what
Mhm.
do you think is the best advice that you can give?
Okay. I think the best advice is gonna be first you have to, as I told before, first you have to love this language, and after that you're gonna
Yeah,
learn it.
that's right.
Second, you can start with American movies, listening more and more, and also
Mm-hmm.
listening to podcasts. It's gonna
Yeah,
help you a
that's right.
lot. And also like with someone it's beginner, like he or she have to, know the things that, in the house, in the kitchen,
Yeah,
like the items that you're using, the things you're
yeah.
using in your house. You should know that the meaning
Mm-hmm.
in English. You should know
Yeah,
how
that's
to
right.
speak well. You should know how to say hi and how are you in the basic things. Um, Also, you can read magazine. You can try to pronounce, different words. Try to speak more and more. Practice, practice, and practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So, while we're studying English, it's a journey, and it's gonna take a long time for someone, and it's gonna be short time for someone else.
Mhm.
So, during your English journey, did you have any support from family members or friends?
Sorry, can you
And who
repeat
are
this
they?
question?
Like, who was supporting you when you were studying English? Did you have any supporter?
Yeah, my mom. Yeah, she always support me with anything I'm doing.
That's right. And our mom is always and forever, she gonna be the one who supports us and
Yeah,
giving us the energy that we need to continue.
that's true.
Yeah, that's right. So have you ever get bullied?
Bullied. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean in English? Like when I'm talking
Yeah.
in English?
Mm-hmm.
No, never. Thank God no one bullied me for talking in English.
But I think, when I hear you saying, excuse me, what does that mean? I think that there's something's gonna happen,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you say these words. So, our first meet, do you remember it?
Mm-hmm.
When the first time we meet?
Yeah. I think it was
So
in
I started,
Mhm. Yeah.
I start just with a joke,
A joke, yeah. A joke,
Yeah,
yeah, it was funny.
and that joke becomes something serious,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I didn't know, I didn't know how to pass this situation, so
Yeah.
I was just enjoy
Changed to a
listening to
huge
you.
problem, to fight.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, like having the first expression and introducing ourselves for the first time, it's very important. So, how do you deal with this? Like, what should we do? Because, when we meet someone,
Mm-hmm.
right, we have to like give him an expression about us that we are good enough to speak English.
Yeah.
So, what is your method to do this?
I don't know. I just do it. Just introduce myself, and it's important to know that person by conversation. Like you have to talk with that person to know which kind of people is that person. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. And especially as you said, we don't have to be shy.
Mhm.
So, do you feel shy when you
Not
come
at
to
all.
speak English?
Not at all.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
feel shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is many people been through when they come to speak English. I don't know why.
There is
So, how do we
in Arabic
Yeah.
words we can say لا حياء في العلم. So
نعم.
it can't be shy. Why are you learning something?
That's right.
Mhm.
So, I really would like to hear your accent in Arabic,
Okay.
because I like it, I'm trying to copy all the accents
Yeah, the Saudi
around me,
dialect. You're gonna recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
بقول وش ضل نتكلم فيه؟
والله ما أدري.
أي حاجة؟
لا ما فيش حاجة. سلامتك. خلينا نقفل الله يصلحك.
الله يسلمك. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and we really appreciate what you gave, and also we gonna meet many friends also. We were gonna speak about these kind of topics,
Mhm.
and do you have any last words?
Yeah, I want to thank you a lot. Being here, I'm
you.
honored, and I was so happy to be here with you. It was a great talk. So yeah, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you so much to accept, because these days like making friends and talking to people not as easier as the past.
Exactly.
Now we're gonna end our episode, and we're gonna thank you again for all the information, for all the points that you gave to how to improve our English, and
Thank you.
we will meet soon,
Inshallah.
course, and inshallah we're gonna meet soon, and we're gonna choose another topic to talk about. And yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, and take care of yourself,
You too.
and we will meet.
Inshallah. And you are a great مذيع ما شاء الله. مدري ايش يقول المذيع.
شكرا مذيع يوتيوبر
YouTuber, yeah.